Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Donnelly with Barrier Free Contractors, and this is the Accessible Barrier Free Homes channel, which I combine with the Accessing My Home podcast, two for the price of one. We're speaking and collaborating with some of the best experts in the mobility world, advocating and promoting fantastic accessibility solutions for those with mobility challenges. Today, we're speaking with Mike Ortiz, owner of Stars and Stripes Mobility, Inc., out of Land O'Lakes, Florida. Mike's been doing this a long time. He's an expert on installing many exceptional mobility products. And they're specifically for mobility challenged individuals and their caregivers. Mike, thanks for doing this with us today.
Oh, yes, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Well, Mike, how about you talk today about your expertise on vertical platform lists and lists in general?
Okay. Yeah, vertical platform lifts is the short words for it, but it's called a vertical platform lift. And basically, what they do is they have a small imprint on your home, and it makes it barrier-free. It's very important for us to know that it's barrier-free home. They take up a small, depending on the situation, with just the VPL itself, it could take up like a 5x5 footprint on any type of two-story home or modular home, which you see we have a lot. I think you would agree with me, Mike, that we have a lot of modular homes here in Florida.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and those are typically, anywhere from 20 to could be 34, 35 inches from the ground up to the door sill of the home. So what we do is we go in and we give the customer an option. We can either put a platform, a wooden platform, or a pre-manufactured aluminum platform, or it may not need it. And we put the VPL up against the house. And what the VPL acts is like an elevator, but it's designed mostly for the handicap or stuff like that, stuff along those lines. Great equipment. We have many manufacturers that make this. The two that I usually choose from are American-made products. There's either a Harmar or a Bruno, and they run off of a basic 110 outlet, so it's not major construction that needs to go on. They have battery packs, and they do exactly what they're supposed to do. You would enter onto this car, and it would raise you to your deck height or your home height. You exit that, and now you can easily access your home, eliminate stairs. It's really a great piece of equipment. Great piece of equipment.
Michael, when I go into these manufactured homes, you're dealing with deck heights anywhere between 20 and 30 inches ballpark usually. Correct. Which for what you're doing, the VPL essentially eliminates the need for a ramp, which is extremely intrusive, correct?
Oh, yes, especially for that reason, because we have to follow ADA guidelines. And what that states is, for every inch of rise you have to get to your home, you need a minimum of 1 foot of ramp. So, I mean, like you said, 20 to 30 inch rise, you're looking at 20 to 30 feet of ramp, and that's not including the platform, because in these modular homes, as well, the door always swings out. So you can't be on a ramp trying to open up a door. You could lose control and roll backwards down there and be unsafe. So instead of taking up a lot of the property with all this ramp, we can narrow it down to a 5x5 space, maybe a 5x10, depending if you need a deck or a deck at the door to get to.
Well, what amazes me is many of these modular homes, they've got a 1.5 car carport. So when you put that ramp in there, they can't park.
No, they lose all their parking. They lose a lot of parking, or they lose a lot of yard space because of how long it is. And everybody usually has 2 cars. So when you're trying to fit 2 cars in the driveway with ramp, 30 feet, 20 feet of ramp, it's just impossible. It's really impossible, and all that.
What about a cost factor, Mike? In general, how much more is a VPL versus a ramp?
Well, if we're looking at 30 feet, I mean, it's probably it's gonna be 15 to 25% more than a ramp, depending on the ramp situation, because these ramp configurations could go endlessly. They could be switchbacks, they could be, L shaped. It gets to a point where I start saying to myself, if I'm gonna charge this much for a ramp, the price is almost, depending on the ramp size, it's comparable to the price of the BPL.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense to me. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen a number of these, and my God, the 5x5 or 5x10 footprint you're talking about here, it saves them everything, and it makes life so much better.
So much easier, so much easier. And again, it always acts as a home elevator now. Now it's not just, I gotta walk up this ramp or take a stair lift up. I now can carry everything that, whether I'm grocery shopping, if I have to, carry stuff up with me, it comes with us at that time when you're riding the VPL. You don't have to leave it back or wait for help. You then have it now, and it rides up with you as long as there's enough space.
Well, what's nice is, you explain it perfectly, and a person that has a need for this to understand the craziness of how big a ramp it has to be. You've explained the fact that what a difference it is to just climb on the platform and pick yourself up to the deck, correct?
Correct. I mean, this is an outstanding piece of equipment. If you need to, make life easier for you, have a barrier-free home, this is an outstanding equipment. And it's very usable in all aspects other than just handicap. It's really a good piece of equipment.
Well, Michael, thanks for bringing that to light for us. It's a big plus. People are really going to appreciate it. So those of you who thought that this was a great value, which I really hope you did because this is special, please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to receive our new videos as they get posted. Michael, I want to thanks, bud, and we'll be chatting again.
Great. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.